It's been some splash that you've had since you arrived on the cobbles. I mean, amongst all the things that you've done, sort of getting up to speed and with the pace that they film Corrie must have been quite an experience.
Well, they film at a pace, and everyone is frankly very at the top of their game. You know, there's a sort of match-fit cast really there. And yeah, I was a little rusty at first. I think you kind of come in with the learning muscle was a bit old and needed kind of like getting up to speed fairly quickly. And of course, we came in just after the live, so they were really buzzing at that time. The place was absolutely in full sail and at full, working at full tilt, really.
Sorry, Susanna, what I'm fascinated by is that you've come in and the Connors have had an impact already, but we're starting to see Johnny and Jenny there, and this is the one thing that's maybe been missing because everything's been going and there's been every element, but the romance is the part of the character that we're about to see something happen between the two of them.
Yes.
There it is.
I think so. I think I didn't actually see this coming. We didn't really see this coming in a sense where I was thinking that Liz McDonald, we're going to be deep friends. You know, that was kind of going on and smouldering away. Maybe it's too early for Liz and stuff. But I think it's interesting, Johnny and Jenny, because they're both, I think he's probably a sucker for some vulnerability there. She's getting a hard time off the factory workers. He's having a bit of a hard time at the moment with his own, So I think there's two people who are quite good for each other, actually. And it's sort of like both of them are beginning again. They've got a fresh start. You know, this pig of a day is over and a new dawn is beginning.
Oh, maybe. That's a nice idea, isn't it? Just a little earlier on the programme, we saw Emma Thompson pay a lovely tribute to Alan Rickman, of course, and I was talking about the fact their storyline in Love Actually was so central, wasn't it? It was a film you were in as well, so you must have memories of Alan Rickman too.
I have memories of Alan Rickman. I was also in Hamlet years ago. He did a fantastic Hamlet, an extraordinary one, actually, with an extraordinary director that went all over the country. And he was a warm, generous, he's one of those actors that gives opportunities out to people, really. I don't know how I ended up in Hamlet, but it's absolutely to do with... I came from quite an experimental background, and he sort of dipped in and tried a bit of that. And I didn't actually meet him on Love Actually because we were working at different times. But I did...
So many different strands to that film, weren't there?
So many strands. And I think I was the only one without an actual storyline, but I had a fantastic time on it.
You were Deputy Prime Minister
I was Deputy Prime Minister Alex. I worked with Billy Bob Thornton on it, who was the President of America. So I had, I had some great scenes.
He was a terror as well.
He was a terror. He's a terror.
And is. Those relationships between actors are so key. Like you say, when you're doing your Hamlet with Alan Rickman. And I think one of the things that's been lovely is this relationship in Corrie between you and Shane's character, and father and son, and a son that doesn't trust his dad, but also the father that he's nicked 100 grand off his dad as well, sort of cunningly. Yes, they've got some kind of some loose ends all tied up together or whatever. One of the things of coming into this show, I realised, of course, they're watched in a different way. People are watching them with live Twitter feeds. There's all this stuff going on. The Instagram world, it's a brand new world for me, really.
Yeah, it is.
And quite exciting, actually. It's a bit like someone told me, a guy from Salford told me the other day, said he remembers when Minnie Caldwell's cat got lost, right, and everybody in Salford was looking for it, ringing into Granada, ITV, and saying they'd seen it, and it was not, they don't really believe it. It's a kind of a game, and suddenly see that game is back, really, with all the...
And much more interactive
Much more interactive, and it's a really exciting way of watching it,
Great to see you.
Thank you very much.
All the best
We
with
look
everything.
forward to the bloomers
and then
promising and blossoming relationship between Johnny and Jenny as well, whatever that might be. Richard, nice to see you.
Thanks very much, guys.